Buenos motherfucking Diaz. Jericho agreeing with you again. And I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. But I have the heater on, it's freezing, and my feet are cold as hell. Now, of course, finally, November 6th is on the way, just a few days away. And I want to talk about Stacey Abrams out of Georgia. She had Oprah Winfrey literally hitting the campaign trail for her, even going house to house. And she gave a speech and she said some ignorant shit. And of course, two over-the-hill spinsters, childless. And I'm gonna stand by this. I'm gonna stick to my story. I believe that anyone holding public office should have children because you have a stake in the future. You care. Now, having a child does not absolve you from stupidity and bad decision making, but it does change your view of things. It does change your view of the world, and it does make you care more about the world that you're leaving for your children. All the time, I think about, the situation my children are going to be in and what the world's going to be like when my children are adults and they're out in it. They're knee deep in it. And in her speech, she says, I'm here for the men, I'm here for the women who were lynched, who were discriminated against, who were oppressed, repressed, depressed, cold pressed, all the presses. That's why she's there. Now, the first question that came to my mind is, what the fuck do lynchings have to do with the gubernatorial race in 2018? Absolutely nothing. It's more race baiting and it's more race pimping. It's more divisive language. And it doesn't make any sense. Okay, people were lynched. What's your fucking point? Is this 1968 or 2018? And one good thing that came from that freak/shit show of Aretha Franklin's funeral was that preacher who was handing out some hard facts, some statistics. And if you want to talk about lynching, there were only a few thousand people, as far as what's recorded, that were lynched. You want to throw those numbers up against what black people are doing to each other, they'll pass that number in a year, no problem. So stop with the bullshit. And everything I read all, the heavy hitters, the Washington Post, the HuffPo, the CNNs, the ABCs, the NBCs, the Fox News, Politico. I read a little bit from all of those. And aside from a couple of them, they all said the same thing. She could be the first black female governor. First black. Look, in this day and age, the first black anything is no longer impressive. There was a time when being the first black, insert job title here, was something. It was an accomplishment. It was not the norm. Hell, when I was in 5th grade, 1989, shout out to Miss Husby, I was the first black class president. That was in 1989. That was almost 30 years ago. Today, the first black anything is not impressive. So what? Okay, you're black, you're female. Now what? What's your policy? What are you going to do? How are you going to affect change in my life in a positive way? That's what people care about. They don't give a fuck what you look like. They don't give a fuck if you got a dick or a clam between your legs. What is between your fucking ears? What are you going to do for me? Like the great poet Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? But that's all it is. All the left is about identity politics. It's about what I look like first and foremost. That is the most important thing about me. And people are giving her shit, giving Stacey Abrams shit, because when she was 19, she burned the state flag at the state capitol when she was in college. Now, to be honest, I don't hold that against her. We've all done stupid shit, when we were 19 years old. We all have scars from when we were 19 years old. Those scars may be C-section or otherwise, but they're scars. We've done dumb shit at 19. Some of you are probably dropping your mistake from when you were 19 years old off at school right now. So I don't hold that against her. If she was 29, that'd be different. But 19, short of a few things, I'll give you a pass for that. But it's such fucking bullshit. Who cares? Lynchings, what the fuck does that have to do with anything now? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And she tells a story about how when she was a kid, she got invited to the governor's mansion, and on the way there, their car broke down, so they had to take the bus. And everyone else is pulling up in cars. Her and her family are walking up there, and the guard stops them at the gate and turns them away, telling them they can't come in because he thought, and she even said this herself, he thought that they were just tourists getting off the bus to see the governor's mansion. And that particular day, they had a function, an event going on there. So, of course, he turns them away. And she says, I don't remember meeting the governor. Bitch, you don't remember meeting the governor? Anyway, she goes, I don't remember meeting the governor or any of my fellow valedictorians. All I remember is someone telling me I don't belong. Shut the fuck up. You were 17 years old. Of course you remember meeting the fucking governor of the state you were fucking born in or raised in. They keep harping on this racism bullshit. And every article is, it's this race this year is about race. It's about race. This race is about race. Race, race, race. It's only about race because you people make it about race. The average everyday person is not dealing that type of bullshit. But they weren't fucking around. They are not fucking around. They brought out Oprah. And she stepped out of that caravan of SUVs. Stedman's punk ass was still in there. Stedman, you stay in the car and stretch out those jeans I just bought. Fucking chump. That's so fucking terrible. A couple childless spinsters hitting the campaign trail. Oprah got out like, you get socialism, and you get socialism, and you get socialism. Because that's all they're pushing down there. Socialism, racism, the isms. I know Shaq came out with twism, but these are the isms. And they don't give a fuck. As soon as it's over, they're going to pack it in. That goes for both sides. This campaign shit, this is just for now. You don't hear them pushing their issues in the middle of their tour of duty, in the middle of their reign. They just do it to get us pumped around election time, and then they go back to doing the bullshit they always do. Taking bribes, fucking hookers, and screwing over our future. But November 6th is coming. Tuesday. I can't wait. Do what you're supposed to do, America. Get these fucking Dems out of here, especially in California. Can they fuck us any harder? I sure hope not. At least spit on it first next time. Shit. Now you know how it goes, peoples. I try to be done with the left. They just won't let me. Please follow your boy on the Twitters, @Green_Jericho. I'm Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.